Hello my friends, and welcome to another pick a card reading. I hope you're all doing really well. It's really good to have you here, and I'm just sending you lots of love with this reading. So, a message meant to find you. 3 piles to choose from as always, and I didn't realise, but I've actually coordinated the colours of the cards with the with the stones. That wasn't intentional, but nice aesthetic, I think. So, pile 1 is this green calcite. A message meant to find you. Pile 1. Pile 2, this blue angelite palm stone. A message meant to find you. And pile 3, this gorgeous gemmy quartz, rose quartz, rose quartz. A message meant to find you. Timestamps will be in the description box below, my friends. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and I'll see your reading. Bye. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. Sorry about the little shake on the camera. Forgive me. A message meant to find you. Green calcite. Peaceful, heart-centered messages that are coming through with this, I feel. Something gentle like the waves. Almost sea foamy, I feel. I'm getting that kind of vibe from the calcite today. I love how these stones, like I've used these stones quite a few times in my readings, and they give me such different messages. And I think that's also part of the message that I'm giving to you today, that there is something that you may need to look at that will give you may need to look at something again in order to see the deeper meaning of a message. So what I'm seeing now also is how the calcite is formed, like, you know, the inside, and you can almost see like this kind of formation of the block formation, the way that the calcite grew. You can see that inside the stone, and it looks remarkable. I don't know if you can see that. So there's something about you looking at something with a more gentle approach and a more in-depth approach. A message meant to find you, pile 1. Well, the self, right? I love it when Spirit just gives me the same answers as I'm feeling anyway, you know. And it's Leo. We've got the Leo card there. We've also got the symbol that's above the Strength card, which is just here. So the self, and number 8, which is the number of strength in the tarot. So there's something about looking towards oneself and a sense of, I would say a sense of like increase of self-belief and self-esteem that's going on here. A message with the message meaning to be found for you. But I want to start with the tarot, so let's have a little look at what that wants to say first. All the tarot decks are listed in the description box below, so do check those out if you like the decks that I'm using. I tend to always put them there now because so many people have been asking me, so yeah. Okay. A message meant to find my wonderful pile 1s. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Cups reversed, we've got the 2 of Coins, we've got the Ace of Coins reversed, so we've got 3 cards reversed. And that was like that. Okay, and oh, they're all reversed, all right. So the first thing that's coming to me is that there may be someone in your life that is causing you a bit of unrest on the emotional level. You may be in denial about how they are affecting you. This doesn't have to be romantic. This could be like a work partner. It could be, but it seems like whatever it is, right? And I mean, we can find out in a minute, like whether or not it is someone romantic or whatever, that they actually cause some kind of, they cause you a stirring within you emotionally. There is some kind of, it's interesting, there is some kind of material aspect here with the Ace and the Two of Coins. But then you've got the Eight of Cups here. So it's almost like there's a returning to something that you tried to walk away from, that you tried to kind of leave behind. It may be that you are with someone, or that you are attached to someone who might drink, and that's not necessary, but that's not necessarily for everyone. But it just seems like there is someone that you're, or basically maybe it's in even an aspect of yourself, but it causes you not to be productive. It actually like stilts your, is that the right word? Stilts? I don't know. Basically it stops your production. It stops you from being able to see opportunities because you feel so imbalanced. Good thing is that this is a bit fleeting, even though it is the Two of Pentacles, but it is a cycle that's gone on for a while, you know? So it's almost like you've managed to regain your stability, but then you don't. And it comes because, I don't know, this is quite specific. And as I said, if you're not in a relationship then, or not like looking for love, then this is not for you. But it feels like when you meet someone that kind of stirs you a bit, like maybe you might think that there's a possibility of some kind of relationship or something, or you may fancy them, or or they just tend to like get you emotionally. They may wind you up in a way, they may irk you at work. And what happens is that there seems to be this kind of like repetitive cycle that happens. Now, I will say that because the Ace and the Two of Coins are at the beginning, it means that issue doesn't really manifest as deeply as it might have done previously. It feels like you've actually done quite a lot of work with that Eight of Cups. And you've maybe gone through the dark night of the soul, the shadow work, you know, all that kind of like deep internal work. And then what's happened is that then again, yet again, you may meet someone that kind of like causes those re-emergence of those triggers to occur. So then that's what's happening here. So the message here is to look within the self and to look about why these patterns of behavior are coming back, and what do they mean for you, and how do they stop you from fulfilling, like basically you want these to be turned around, right? So what's stopping you from being able to see opportunities? What's stopping you from remaining balanced? As I said, these aren't major, and quite literally, they're not major arcana. These are quite almost like that you've done the work and now you're starting to identify the triggers more intricately. This is what this looks like. So actually it's very good in a way. But it's almost like a niggling little problem that you're trying to walk away from, and you can't seem to like shake it off because there's this kind of stuff that's going on. So let's have some clarification. This is really interesting. I didn't realise it was going to get this like this, but this is really interesting. It's nice though, right? Because like you think, God, I do all this work and I do all of this stuff where I'm trying to like, you know, shadow work, journaling, looking at myself, analysing myself, meditating, blah, 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 exercising, doing all this stuff. And you're like, God, am I actually making any progress? But yeah, you are. You really are. You are. It's just that the triggers are there. And they change form, you know. When Buddha was reaching enlightenment, you know, Mara came to Buddha and did everything that it could to to sway him off becoming enlightened. That's the whole point of it, you know. That's when the hardest stuff comes. So, but then really the benchmark, the yardstick of how far you've come is kind of indicative of here, of the ace and the two of coins, showing that it's only, you know, I mean, it could be that, you know, it stops you from getting started, but I don't know, it also seems that it's still quite, it's almost like just the kind of clinch. It's almost like a small thing that you've yet to master, even though it may be the key to unlocking something quite big for you. Does that make sense? So, can you give me some more clarification on this? A message meant for you right now. 8 of Cups is clarified by the 6 of Cups. Okay, that makes sense. The Devil. Well, no, only 2, please. Ace of Coins, Ace of Swords. Wow. Okay, and the Lovers. Well, I mean, if this isn't about love, I don't know what it's about, but, you know, it seems like for some of you it's definitely about love. And also we have the green there. 8 of Cups, there's just a lot of memories. As an ex of mine used to say, the mems. Oh, I felt so like not with the times when people say that. Oh, I do it just for the mems. The mems. Sorry, that sounds really wanky. Yeah, I mean, there's memories here. There's memories that are being hung on to, that you're clinging on to, that you're holding on to. And the 2 of Coins, it's not Temperance, that's the thing, you see. It's not Temperance, and the Ace of Coins, it's not like the Wheel of Fortune reversed. That says to me that there's like severe kind of disruption that's going on from you not moving on from this cycle. Here, this is old problems that you're working through, and you're just shedding the skeletons, you're shedding the skin, you're getting rid of the last of it. I think it would be useful to talk about it, if I'm honest. It would be useful to get it down. You could write it down. You could, and I don't know, I'm just getting that inkling from the sword going down. Like, writing may be a really good thing for you, because the devil is there. The devil is there for sure. And it is, you know, that energy is wanting to, you know, it's still very prevalent within you. I wouldn't be surprised that if this was to do with a love reading, it's about your attraction to like people that are not good for you, and people who don't really, you know, it's that kind of like bad boy image. I mean, this King of Cups is hot, I'm not gonna lie. He's hot. So, I mean, you know, with it being reversed, it just kind of, and because it's the King of Cups, it's someone who's emotionally unstable. King of Cups reverse usually reminds me of a really intense Scorpio man who's just like, yeah, who's really sexy, but, you know, you just, this one in particular from this deck, he's really hot, but like, God, do you know what I mean? It's just the drama. And it could be this. It could, like, it does. As I said, it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be romantic. It could be that. Could be a colleague at work, or could be someone that you feel charmed by. But it's just that they keep on bringing stuff with it up within you that's really causing you to like kind of be dysregulated, and that's why this is like a real kind of test for you to work through with the self. Even the 6 of Cups is really interesting. I love the way that like certain decks speak to me when it comes to readings. And then you've got like, you know, this picture of this like water nymph holding back this soldier that almost wants to go and do something not very nice. Like maybe want to go into war, but it's like kind of like, hang on, stop. And that's the Six of Cups, you know. I don't see many decks seeing that as the Six of Cups. This deck is so interesting. I love this deck. It's the Star Spinner's Tarot. So there's something about this kind of, you know, maybe there was like things in the past with this person. It could be a bad relationship. It could be. So what Spirit is saying here is, a message meant to find you is that just to have a look at yourself and have a look at how you're reacting with these triggers, because it seems to be quite important for you to look at right now. And considering that we're going into the holiday season right now this is a timeless reading, can be done anytime, but you know, holiday season brings about interactions with people that we don't normally talk to. So just be aware that this could be a time where you feel that you are triggered by certain things, certain people, certain situations, blah, blah, blah. Okay, right. So we've got the Goat and the Willow, overcoming obstacles. It was reversed. I think I want to take it reversed because I think these cards do give me meanings reversed. Let me just double check. That's number 11. Yeah, it does. Okay, number 11, which is the Goat and the Willow. So, yeah, look at that. You may be feeling off kilter. The negative energy in your life may threaten to overcome you. Let the spirit of the goat lead you into a sense of harmony. Remember that life is a balance. We cannot appreciate pleasure without experiencing pain. Same thing as I was saying, like, you know, there is that sense of imbalance there, which is needing to be addressed. And making sure that you're doing it via the right means, you know. Again, because we're going into holiday season, there may be that incentive to just drink it, you know, away or whatever. Okay, right, so we've got sacral chakra, sexuality, number 6, the Lovers. It was reversed. I am feeling to take it reversed, but I might not. Just a warning, just make sure that, as I said again, during this holiday season, don't just go sleeping with people, you know, randomly. That, you know, just be careful about who you share your energy with. I'm not saying like, you know, you have to be celibate or anything, but I'm just saying like in terms of who you're sharing your sexual energy with, just be careful about that. And also make sure that you are maintaining creativity, because there seems to be some kind of like blockage going on there, and it's probably what the precursor is, or the reasoning behind this kind of imbalance, you know. Yeah, this one, sacred boundaries. Okay, I mean, this is getting even more clearer with these cards. Imbalances definitely cause like a lack of boundaries, so enforce those boundaries, be proud of those boundaries. We've got a lot of the orange, pink, peach. We do have purple, so we've got yellow, which is Manipura. We've got the orange, which is to do with Svadhisthana. So Manipura is the yellow is to do with the solar plexus chakra, so your strength, your pride, your ability to stand in your own power. Sexuality, your sensuality, your sexuality, you may be feeling that you want to exploit that. That's why I'm feeling, particularly with this King of Cups. And then you've got also pink here, which is representative and kind of synonymous with the green heart chakra energy. And then you've got Svadhisthana of this purple here, which is, and orange as well, and which is resonant with that crown energy. So I think that might be useful to think about, to look at, just to have an awareness of, and maybe work with those chakras. Okay, right, we've got lost. Wow. Okay, who are you? Where are you going? What is your purpose? What is your meaning in life, in your life? Lost. Now, I don't think, you know, if you are feeling that way, then I think that it might be useful to journal or to meditate. Actually, I think it would be useful to both journal and meditate, because you can meditate and nothing happens, you know. It would be good to like have some kind of processing action that happens, so that you can kind of like allow yourself to work through these feelings, emotions, these states, this sense of self that's feeling this imbalance, that's feeling temptation on these sides. So take time for yourself. And your last card, pile 1. Dry your eyes, baby. That little cute. These cards, man. Okay, so, I mean, if you are feeling sad, if you are feeling that you don't have things under control, take your time and just have a look at your map, which is within yourself. Remember, the map is also not the territory. So what that means is that basically you have to have a look at your own inner terrain. You have to scan your own inner terrain to understand what the map is, because it changes. Things are not always the same, and it's all right for you to be in the space where you are right now in order to proceed. So just take your time and just be kind to yourself, okay? Part 1, I hope you enjoyed that. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, have a wonderful morning, evening, night, whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Part 2, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful blue angelite stone, this palm stone. And I'm going to say it because I think that it's relevant. I gave an angelite stone to an old friend of mine, somebody who I actually don't speak to anymore. And I think that's the reason why I've kind of got quite a negative association with angelite. And I think it's because, like, we don't believe in the possibility of certain things. We don't believe in the possibility of ourselves. We don't believe in the trust. We don't trust in other people. So I think that there's something to do with that. Even though that there's this kind of thing of where you know, ideally you feel like you should be able to believe in them, it just doesn't land. Do you understand what I mean? And that's the message I'm getting from Spirit for you today, Pile 2. Because I remember I gave her that stone, and then a couple of months later she said to me, oh, I was getting bad luck from that stone, so I just put it outside. And I thought, is that really? Like, you're getting it, you know? And I mean, to be honest with you, I can't really remember the stone. I think it was angelite. But even if it wasn't, I still have that association, which is so sad because angelite is such a beautiful stone. So there may be something, okay, 2 things. So there's the idea that something, you know, you may want to trust, you can't trust it. And also, something that undeservedly you may have judged might be coming to the surface in order for you to look at it again. So let's have a look at what the cards have to say. A message meant to find you. Purification. Oh God, that says Transit Umbra Lux Permanent, which I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to look it up. All I know is that something permanent, clearly. So, yeah, but it's Aquarius, so we do have this water bearer energy. So let me just pause the video and find out what it is from the book. Okay, so light passes. So light passes and shadow remains. Which is really interesting. So it's almost like, wow, I didn't realise this was going to be so shadow worky. Same like pile 1, similar but different message. This is something about your shadow. This is something about transmutation of shadow and being able to accept the things that are within you and being able to express it, manifest it, bring it into this reality, or use it in some way, form, shape, like now, that is going to be useful for you. Basically, like, there's some shit that you don't like about yourself, right? Sorry, but it's coming up now that you're gonna have to fix it now. Like, that's what that's saying. Because, I don't know, it just feels like with that stone, it's got a lot of flaws. Like, I can see it's full of scratches, this stone. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I think you can just about see that there. It's full of scratches. There's an indentation here. There's like, you know, I can feel like bits of it here because it's a little bit chalky, this stone, Angelite. And it's interesting because it's not a rough piece for me. Usually I have quite rough pieces. This is a palm stone. But it's Angelite. I think as well, what it kind of signals is that angels are, you know, they're not just one side. They have the duality, and it's the recognition of the duality that allows us to see deeper within ourselves so that we can transform deeper into who we're meant to be. And this is a very, very pivotal time. As this reading is being recorded, this is now currently going into the end of the Pluto cycle. Pluto is now entering Capricorn, or is, I think, maybe leaving Capricorn. It's going to be the last time it's going to be in Capricorn in our lifetime. So, you know, this is very much about this transformation being hit on the head. Capricorn is the first sign of is one of the, well, not, it's not the first sign of the zodiac, but it's like the initiator, the main initiator of the zodiac in terms of like a structural influence, of an earthly influence, of really making sure that you are being directed in a structured way, more so than any other time in regards to your transformation. And this is what we're talking about here with this purification thing. So you may feel really vulnerable at the moment. Let's see what the cards want to say about the situation. A message for my group, meant to find my group twos. A message meant to find my group twos. A message meant to find my group twos. Let's see. The Queen of Swords. The Four of Wands. Okay, Eight of Swords, Four of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Cups again reversed. Okay, this Knight of Cups reversed came up with pile 1, so there may be some similarities in terms of your issues. This actually seems like pile 1's pile, but the next stage. So if you're attracted to pile 1, go watch it. Queen of Swords is this recognition that you're not going to take any more shit, really. And then you've got the Four of Wands, which is kind of, that you're not striving away from unhappiness. You want to make a move towards unhappiness. Oh, it's the Knight of Cups. It's not the King of Cups. I do apologise. I thought it was the King. It's not. It's the Knight. It's the problem when it's reversed and you don't know the cards too well in terms of the deck. And I just got this. Yeah, you're kind of not up for any tomfoolery. You really want to be stable and you don't want any knights. You're a queen. And it's almost like you stayed within this space where you allowed yourself to lower your standards, lower your wants, your needs. You were going for knights when really you're a queen. So that's what I'm seeing here. And you finally got yourself out of that bondage, which is really good. Yeah, because I think that, the idea that you felt that your emotions were only worth a certain level. But actually, you're like, my emotions are my emotions and I have to value myself because otherwise if I don't value myself, then how is anybody else going to be able to value me and what I do? And I think you're understanding that it was definitely more of a mindset. And it's interesting, we've got 8 of Swords and then we have Aquarius. So there's that idea of, you know, you being able to kind of break out of that kind of system of thinking, that way of being that's allowed you to be disempowered. And that comes with this, because it's almost like, when I gave that stone, I was really angry that, not at when I gave the stone, but I was just really annoyed that they blamed the stone for their bad luck. And that pissed me off. And I just think that that's kind of, there's something here about that that's being played. You're realizing that playing a victim to an object or to something is not going to be, you're not going to give that responsibility. You're not going to give that power. Does that make sense? Sorry, my friends, I just had to check that. This is Jupiter in Aquarius as well. The 8 of Swords. So there's that kind of real expansion within, and with it being reversed, even though it's almost like you're outgrowing a certain way of being, outgrowing a way of thinking, sorry, not being, a way of thinking that has kept you limited previously. So yeah, and then you've also got Venus and Aries. So there's just a lot of movement here. Venus, Aries, Jupiter, and Aquarius. So as I said about that initiatory energy that I was speaking about previously with the Capricorn, the Pluto in Capricorn, and this is just right for you to watch it whenever you're supposed to watch it. So don't worry too much about whether or not, oh yeah, well, I'm not watching this at that time, Reena. But Aries is actually the first sign of the zodiac, the beginning of the wheel, the beginning of the cycle. It's reversed here. So it's almost like you're having to like kind of reevaluate, restructure, reevaluate, reassess. Can you talk to me about the Queen of Wands, please? Okay. No, that one wants to go on the Queen of Wands. So that's the 9 of Coins. Okay. 4 of Wands is the 5 of Cups reversed. I don't know, this is weird. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be for a relationship, but it seems like, wow, Knight of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, that makes sense. So, you know, oh, shit. Sorry, it came up that way. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles here. This is definitely, I mean, if it's not to do with relationships, I'm sorry. But it could be also to do with the fact that you're not really allowing yourself to be within partnerships or with people that are disempowering you. It's really as blatant as that, as clear as that. But there is a clarity here where you don't want to be alone. You don't want to be on your own. That's something that you definitely know. Whether it be that you want to be with friends, whether it be that you want to, you do want to make meaningful partnerships, meaningful connections. You do want that. And there is an opportunity to do that. And you are seeing that there is some kind of results from that. The 2 of Cups reversed, I always see that as, we're getting over the disappointment and now we're looking towards the 2 cups that are up, right? So we're starting to understand the benefits of a situation that may not have had, the opportunities. You may not have been able to see that previously, but now you can. Now, what's really interesting is that this card is, and this card has got like these figures in this. As you can see, I'm just covering it up, just in case. But yeah, and there's these kind of like drowning souls there, which is really interesting. And I just have to cover it. I'm really sorry. So, like, I think, and it's clarifying that the Four of Wands, I think you're starting to realize the benefits out of a situation. You may have had a tough situation in the past. It could have been a breakup. It could be also, you know, some kind of interaction with someone. It could be an instance at work which really hurt you. Maybe the way that someone behaved or something like that. But now you're starting to understand who your real friends are. And that's a really important thing. Knight of Cups reversed and the Queen of Coins reversed is telling me about how there seems to be that there was some kind of interaction between you and someone else, or maybe you were hoping for more, and because you kind of held your hopes on that disempowered you. It caused you not to be so good. It caused you, basically, their poor performance contributed to your poor performance. Obviously, we try and take responsibility wherever we can and whatnot. But maybe you put your trust into someone that didn't really deserve your trust, and it effed you up. And then we've got the Eight of Swords here, and then the King of Pentacles. So there's almost like, if I understand that I take charge of my own thoughts and feelings and actions, then I will be my own King of Pentacles. I don't need to be the Queen. I will be the King. I'll be in control of my emotions. Can you see how you kind of you evolve from this Nine of Pentacles to the Queen to the King? There's still this instability here. So this says to me that there's a tendency to possibly fall into devil space, so maybe falling into old habits, patterns, stuff. That's what that Nine of Pentacles kind of says to me as well. There's this reoccurrence of old patterns and behaviors. So just be aware of what these triggers are that other people kind of evoke in you. So just be aware of that. Very similar to Pile 1. Anyway, let's have a look at this card. Okay, so this was the Bobcat and the Black Fawn and Patience. But it was reversed, and I will take it reversed because they mean stuff when they're reversed. So let me just have a look. XL, so that's 40. Okay, so 44, so the Emperor. So you have acted too hastily and are in over your head. Notice what preparations might have served you and plan more carefully in the future. I mean, that's kind of what I was saying with this card here, with the Knight of Cups. It may have been that you put your trust into someone that you thought was going to follow through, and it didn't work out. So now you're kind of culling those kind of people away from you, which is a good thing. Okay, the next card is this one, and we have Dreams, Third Eye Chakra, and it is reversed. I will take it. No, I won't take it reversed. I did the same thing. And then we've got number 5, 23. So listen to yourself. Listen to your dreams. I think sometimes when we don't listen to our intuition, or are not able to listen to our intuition, our dreams will help us to recognize what we need to know. Our guardian spirits, angel guides, benevolent guides will come to us and speak to us. So check that out. Just be aware of that. There's something here as well with the whole Aquarius vibe. It's that whole thing of dreaming, going into that liminal space and being able to access that information, particularly with dreaming, because the star is about rest. So maybe there's this overthinking. It feels like you're getting over it, but you may end up if you're getting over the overthinking, you may end up doing other things to compensate. So just be aware of that. What's next? Yeah, we'll take this one. Winter. In the Southern Hemisphere, we're about to enter winter, a period of inactivity, decay, cold, and downtime. Even if you are watching this and you are not in winter time, this still could be a period of where you are going into that state. Now, what I would also say, because the card is reversed, to me it kind of says that I don't think you should be like in a wintered state. Just be aware that this is something that could affect you, but I don't know if it's necessary for you to be in that state. I don't feel it. I feel actually the opposite. It's actually more about you taking implicit action to empower yourself more. Okay, and then we've got almost there, and 44, that's number 8. It's reversed. I mean, no, I'm going to take it upright. You're almost there, so you can't really go into winter. Do you know what I mean? I think it's not really the time for you to do that. I don't feel it is. Sorry, Potu. Keep going. And this one, the incredible nonsense of being. So just continue, just putting one foot in front of the other and just do what you got to do. And kind of work through it in a way. I hope that made sense, pile 2. Interesting reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, night, or day, whenever you're choosing to watch this. And do remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 3, a message meant to find you. Welcome to your reading. You chose this gorgeous... Oh God, I just can't get enough of this rose quartz. It's just so yummy. It's like a bit of jelly. Do you know what I mean? Like this really nice bit of jelly. Something so squishy, delectable, juicy. Almost like a piece of Turkish delight. Do you like Turkish delight? I never liked Turkish delight before because like in England they made this one that just tasted so much of like rose perfume that it was just like bleh, tasted awful. But then I tasted real Turkish delight from Turkey and it soon became one of my favorite things. So this is saying something about relishing and being able to enjoy something. Being able to recognize the beauty of something within. Oh, this is yummy. I'm getting very good vibes from this juicy piece. Let's see what the cards have to say. The Gatekeeper, and we have Aries right here. And it's number 4. So, I mean, these cards, they are like synonymous with the major arcana of the tarot. So this would be moving towards like representative, of the Emperor. But yeah, I mean, even though it is the Emperor, it's almost like this stability is really nice, you know. I am getting a 4 of Pentacles vibe, but because, you know, even though this is nice, juicy, nice feeling, it's still quite sharp, but it's substantial. So it's almost like you're starting to feel maybe the fruits of your labor, or maybe starting to really review this year and see, like, actually I've done some things, I've done some stuff, and I've really started to establish myself in a good way and help myself feel good about things. So yeah, and I love that star at the top. It kind of says to me that this is actually manifesting. You're starting to make waves, starting to make some kind of progress, starting to make some kind of manifestation of what you're trying to do. It's not just, you know, you're starting to see progress. You're starting to receive results. You know, there's some kind of formation of what's happening. You know, because you kind of need the boundary, you need the structure, you need like the formation of something in order to like establish that it is something, and that seems to me like you're finally starting to establish this space. Okay, so we've got the 10 of Swords, the 8 of Swords reversed. There's lots of overlaps with the other readings, so if you're attracted to any of the other readings, do go to them. Okay. Oh, okay. 10 of Swords reversed, 8 of Swords reversed, Queen of Cups reversed, 2 of Cups reversed. For those of you, this is not to do with relationship, but it might be, even that, it might even be, you know, how a past relationship might have affected you, but this might be to do with the relationship, you know, for some of you, and about how it affected you, how it made you feel a certain way, how it caused you to go down a certain route. There is a lot of stuff I am seeing about drinking and anxiety, so if that's an issue as well, that might be something to think about. But really what I'm getting here is that there's possibly like this sense of overcoming that. So maybe if you did use drink as a crutch, I don't know if that's continuing to happen, because it seems like the period of sadness and shit is kind of over. It just feels like maybe there was this sense of like you were involved with someone that did drink a lot. You were involved with someone who just wasn't really that consistent with managing their emotions. Oh, sorry about that. Being able to just be consistent with who they are and be like rational. It just seems we've just got quite a lot of irrationality that's happening, and maybe you felt like you were in some kind of, I don't know, some obligation to them in order to, you know, kind of stay around them, to be with them, to be their friend, whatever. It feels like friendship here in this one, even though we do have the 2 of Cups. It feels like, you know, it's like an emotional connection that's happening here. So let's do some clarification. So it seems like boundaries. There's boundaries. Similar again to pile 1. Yeah. 10 of Swords is clarified by the world. And the 8 of Swords is clarified by the 9 of Swords. Wow. The Magician is clarifying the Queen of Cups. So this person was able to charm you. This person was able to, you know, really help you. Was able to see some good things about yourself as well. That's probably why, you know, you probably... It's not that you just had good times together. It's that you actually, you know, this person actually showed you a really good side of yourself, not them. But the cycle is over. You know, it's not about you settling into these kind of spaces where you think of yourself in this way when you're with, you know, you're not going to engage in these situations or with these people. Sorry, I thought that was the star. It's the moon. Yeah. Absolutely not. You're not going to... It's almost like you know that this is like the realm of the unknown, and you're going to stay where you know the path. You will wander down that space, and you will do what you need to do, but you're not going to take any risks. Doesn't feel like that. Because it gives you too much grief, you know. You have to, you know, you're like, right, now I gave you a chance, and now I'm gonna have to like keep my boundaries now. Very similar. All the readings, as I said, they've got all similar themes. Just different stories. The anxiety is quite strong though. So it's almost like you had to do this in order to like maintain your mental health, in order to give yourself love. Because I feel like you might have been giving it away. Pile 3, you might have been giving it too much. So now you're like, that ain't happening again. Quite a clear message, clearer than the other 2 actually. Maybe because I've been through it a few times. Oh, you got 2 of these cards. Nice. All right. So, okay, this card has come up reversed for all of, like, you all got different, but this has come up reversed. The antelope and the wheat, nourishment. What was I saying about the self-care? And it's number 44? 45. Let me just double check what that is. The antelope and the wheat antelope and the wheat, 45. So you may be feeling neglected or overlooked. You may be tempted to hide away, try to emulate the antelope without its pack. Your friends and companions can help you, nourish you back to vitality. Let me just read the yeah. Okay. I mean, I kind of think that, you know, you stick with who you know, you stick with what's right for you, you stick with the people that are going to empower you and not the people that are going to disempower you. I'll be honest with you though, in contradiction to that card, like I think that you're really trying to like make sure that you know who you're sharing your energy with. And I think you're being quite adamant about that. Interesting how we've got, well, it's an antelope, but it is a horned beast, and then we have Aries, so it's that kind of horned animal. So it's this about taking the bull by the horns, going head first, doing things yourself. You know, there's that kind of initiatory action that's happening. That's both prevalent with Capricorn and also with Aries. It's this driven energy that means that you are really ascertaining your boundaries in a way that is not going to allow any bullshit, you know? That's what I'm feeling. Pile 3. Chakra energy. Okay, healing. Heart healing. Chakra. Number 7. I think you've just realised you've just got to go and do what you're supposed to, you know, just go and do you. Because if you don't, who's gonna do it? Nobody's gonna do it. You have to look after you. Okay, and then we've got this one, trickster. A person is not who they might appear to be, which is what I was kind of alluding to here. And tea time. Take a break, sip a cuppa, have a snack, and make time for yourself. Self-care. I think you're really being directed to making sure that you take care of you. Okay? And you've got here, I thought that was a joint, that's crazy. Focus on the big picture. Which is kind of the opposite as if you're going to be smoking that. So, you know, long-term goals. Maybe in the short term things are not very appealing, but long-term, this is where you're looking towards in order to kind of build this empire for yourself, to make sure that your castle is strong. And your last card to close out your reading, pile 3. Yours is quite short compared to the other ones, but it was very clear. So, wow, your heart will soar again. And we have a falcon here, and we have an eagle here. So, and also this idea of herding, which is prevalent with this. Okay, so the message here is that you may feel alone. You may feel that you've lost your herd, that you're not able. And it's also interesting here we have this whole sheep thing. You may feel isolated in a situation where you felt like you actually were previously part of a community. That will happen again. It feels like here the gates have shut, and you've been like not able to be as involved with the community as much as you would like, because there may have been some kind of like BS, falling out, I don't know, whatever it is. It just doesn't seem to have manifested in a way. So this is about you really focusing on the long-term goals, but making sure that you keep your kind of yourself, your fence very protected. My meditation teacher said that, like, you know, when you start your meditation, it's like a little tiny plant, and you've been cultivating. Say, for example, you go away for like a small retreat, and then you cultivate this meditation by doing it as a daily practice, because you're within a really beautiful, sacred space for you to be able to do the meditation. And so because you do that, at that time you've been able to like kind of, you know, cultivate it, take care of it. And now what you've got to do is you've got to like put a little fence around it so that you make sure that other things and other people don't come and do stuff, so that that little plant gets destroyed. For example, life, you know, make a little fence of time so that you can make sure that you dedicate each day a small portion of time each day towards meditating. Meditate with good intentions, like, you know, just the fact that you're going to sit down and you're just going to like do what you're doing. That's also a fence, this kind of like fence of discipline. Making sure that what people say about your meditation stays outside of that. It doesn't matter what people say about what you're doing. These are different examples. I'm just giving you this example of this fence in terms of this gatekeeper that we've got here. So there's this idea of this kind of like just allowing yourself to have this gated section, which is for you and your self-care. Part 3. I hope you enjoyed that reading. It was beautiful. Kind of synonymous with the rose quartz, very loving, healing, nurturing, caring. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, have a wonderful morning, evening, night, or day, whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember that honesty is always key.